Maybe she just needs the Italian tune-up. Oh man, spoke too soon. Truck started misfiring. Let's do this. Sorry, neighbors. On the road again. Good morning. We have just started a 1,500-mile road trip in my 2002 SVT Ford Lightning that you saw in the last video. We just left Sarasota. We're coming up on Bradenton, Tampa area right now, and we're cruising. Couple concerns, I guess not concerns, but things that we're worried about. One, bought a truck sight unseen, and then now I'm attempting to drive it 1,500 miles. What is that? Florida. He's got it wedged in the mirror. Hey, if it works, is it really a dumb idea? Yeah, so I think I put about 150 miles on this truck between buying it in Okeechobee and then driving it over to Sarasota and then kind of ripping around. In the last video, we changed the oil and filter, so we got a fresh oil change. I checked all the basics for leaks, installed the Enon X3 stereo, so we have Android Auto and navigation for the trip, which is really nice. Going back to the concerns, one, the air conditioning doesn't work in this truck, which is fine right now, but it's still early. We got to keep going north, so we'll be fine with just windows. Two, the tires do show some dry rot, but they seem to be doing okay.
You didn't tell me that.
Okay, Maggie didn't know that, but now she does.
Great.
There is 2 spares in the back, so that's the good news. Bad news is they're dry rotted worse than the ones that are on the truck right now. Yeah, other than that, we're just going to start knocking down miles. I have no idea what this thing gets for mileage, and another concern, the gas gauge does not work, or it's wonky, it does whatever it wants. So we're going to be resetting the trip, calculating our miles per gallon. I think these trucks have a 25-gallon tank, and so we can figure out approximately how far we can go with a little bit of a buffer. And yeah, just going to knock down some miles. We've carved out 2 days to do this, so we're hoping to do, ouch. Did you see that? Get any of that? Anyways, about 2 days. We're hoping to do about 12 hours each day with stops and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let's put the pedal down and knock out some miles. First stop, how we feeling? Got the bananas? All right guys, we are 123 miles in. We just made our first stop. Truck just took 9.9 miles, or 9.9 gallons, which is 12.5 miles per gallon. So it's gonna, we can go maybe 300, we'll be pushing it, we'll call it 250 before we have to stop. We've got this thing loaded down, bringing some stuff home from my dad, but making use of that hard tonneau cover for sure. Get some lemon bread and other snacks. truck is running good, no leaks that I can see, and putting down some miles. We're about to head into a little traffic, but keep putting miles down. Let's go. Status update, we have put down about 300 miles since you last checked in. Truck is doing awesome. It's eating up miles and fuel. I think right now we're at like 11.8 or 12 miles a gallon. So that's good. I think these things stock do like 13 to 15, but with a stroker and the aftermarket cams with a lot of overlap, I think that's pretty typical. So no big deal, but what we're running into is a lot of traffic. We're in Georgia, middle of Georgia, almost in South Carolina, where I'd expect there would be no traffic, and we've been hitting a lot of traffic. So it's about 3:30 right now, and I think we're still going to keep driving for another few hours. But yeah, the truck's doing good. Maggie and I have concluded that these seats are probably the most comfortable seats of any vehicle that we own out of all of them. Second gen Lightning guys, why did no one tell us that these seats were so comfortable? I mean, I got a particularly bony ass, and normally it gets sore on long road trips, and I am cozy right now, so no complaints about the seats. Also, the fuel gauge has fixed itself. It seems to be working properly now. Maybe it's because this truck hit so little miles over the years that the sending unit was sticky or something, who knows, but yeah, we're going to try and get through this traffic and keep on racking up some miles, and we'll check in with you guys shortly. But for now, let's keep her going. Cash $1 million worth of equipment out front. Give us an update on the license plate game.
We got 31 states just in the state of Florida, but we haven't found any new ones in Georgia, and everybody's from New York or New Jersey.
I'm gonna have to bleep that out,
Oh, everybody's
This is a family show.
Everybody is from the nicest states in the world, New York and New Jersey.
Everybody on the channel knows how I feel about New York and New Jersey, so can't help but feel like this is their fault. This traffic in Georgia is their fault. Ooh, Connecticut.
Some places are nice.
The armpit of New England. All right, well, we're completely dead stopped. It's a video, not a picture. Oh. Had enough?
Yeah.
Me too. Good morning, guys. It is bright and early the next day. Sun is not even up yet. We are in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, which is about where I wanted to make it to yesterday, but I was hoping to make it there by like 4 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock. Instead, we arrived at like 11 because of all the traffic that we hit in Georgia. But nonetheless, we made it here. The problem is, this is like a whole hotel area. There's like 7 hotels here. And I'm a Marriott guy. When I travel for work, I usually stay at Marriott. So I was trying to use some of my Marriott points to stay here. Every single hotel was full. All the Marriott ones, almost every other one I called. Finally got some room here at the Holiday Inn Express, and put my head down right about midnight probably. And it's just after 6 right now, but everyone that we saw on the road yesterday and everyone that filled up all these hotel rooms, they're almost all New Jersey and New York and some Virginia plates. I don't know if it's school vacation week or there's something else going on, but as much as I wanted to sleep in a little bit today, I would love to get out ahead of most of these people, so that hopefully the chances of sitting in that same type of traffic in Virginia and New York and New Jersey is lessened just slightly. But I think we all know what's going to happen. But we'll hopefully get out early, get a good head start, and we'll see what happens. Truck ran flawlessly yesterday, with the exception of, I think the fuel economy was approaching 10 miles a gallon by the time I was calculating it towards the end of the day, which is, if that's the only problem, I got nothing to complain about. I was pushing it. I was doing like 80. I think this thing has 410s in it if we look at the sheet that came with it. So we're turning 2,500 RPMs at 80 miles an hour. You know what's funny is when I was doing the virtual handshake with the guy over the phone when I bought the truck 2-3 weeks ago now, I said, is there anything it's going to need to make the trip from Florida to New Hampshire? So I know about it now. And his exact words were, you're going to need a lot of gas money. So can't say he didn't warn me. Let's load up our luggage. I'm going to quickly check the oil, give the engine bay a once over, and then we're going to fire this thing up, get back on the road. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. They're awake now. We got to get out of here. Status update. We're hungry. At New Jersey Mike's. Crazy traffic in, where was that? Virginia?
Yeah.
Never have a good time in Virginia, but making some headway. Let's take a lunch break here. Nothing but 4th gens today.
No, it's dirty though.
Yeah, it needs some paint on the bumper. Can't wait to put that. Always the Nissan Altima drivers. Nice brown water though. Uh-oh, a trailer on the Merritt. I'm calling the cops.
Asshole, 2 trailers.
2 trailers on the Parkway. Ah, these guys are gentlemen and scholars. Love that for us. Real men bring trailers on the Parkway. Rules are, meant to be broken. It's only illegal if you get caught. Well, we are on the home stretch. We made it over the George Washington Bridge. We were on the beautiful Merritt Parkway in Connecticut. 229 miles to home, 3 hours, 26 minutes, and hopefully smooth sailing from here. The truck, as it has done the whole journey, is driving absolutely beautifully. It has not given us a single hiccup. I've got my SVT X4 plugged in here, and it runs 184 to 186 degrees, no matter what. Whether you're in traffic, whether it's 38 degrees out, whether it's 70 degrees out, it does not matter. It's a little loud in here, but
What?
huh? But other than that, we're doing all right. So yeah, one final push. Let's get home and get some food.
12 seconds later.
Well, may have spoke too soon. We are under 200 miles from home.
Keep left onto Litchfield Turnpike.
And we were just on the Merritt Parkway, and the truck started misfiring. I could feel it, dropping a cylinder, bringing a cylinder back, and it seems to come and go. It seems okay right now, but my buddy Ray lives kind of in the area, so I just popped off the highway. We're gonna go over to his house and see if we can take a look at it, see if it comes back again between then and or here and there, and then we'll make a decision. But I don't know. That's what happens when you speak too soon, I guess. But we'll go check it out. Calling in the cavalry. Throwing in the towel. 1,200 miles. Not quite 1,500, but almost. Buddy Ray is coming to the rescue. It's okay, old girl. It was a good run. Film lady.
What?
Film lady.
You're good.
Ray, you're the man, dude. Oh man, exhaust tip is close. See, now it's gonna run fine. Damn it. goes. Well, at least it looks sweet on the trailer. Should we check it?
I think so.
I think we gotta check it.
She ain't going nowhere.
That's not going anywhere. I'll do it back here too. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. You should have seen Maggie when we got on the highway in Florida. I was like, we're a little concerned about the dry rotted tires, and she was like, what? What dry rotted tires?
You know,
Now that little guy? Don't worry about that little guy.
You gotta smoke these off when it gets down.
Yeah, right, when it's running on all 8. All right, 2.5 hours north. Let's go. All right, it's been like, I don't know, an hour, and we are back on the road, but this is not a Ford Lightning. That's a Ford Lightning back there. So the truck started misfiring basically as soon as I said, hey, the truck is running great. Don't you love how that works out every time? So we were on the Merritt Parkway, and I pulled in, got some fuel, was hoping it would just kind of correct itself, and they, those problems never do. So I called my buddy Ray, who lives nearby, and said, hey, here's what's going on. I'm gonna start making my way towards your house in case it gets worse, and then I'll at least have a plan B. So I got on the way to Ray's, the truck started running perfect again. But at this point in the day, we've made it this far. I really didn't want to get stranded somewhere in a worse spot. So Ray, being the kind soul that he is, and we haven't hung out in a while, was like, dude, I got a perfectly good SureTrack car trailer, just like mine, except his has nicer wheels on it, nicer aluminum mags, and my truck, and he's like, I'm free tonight. So we are trailering the Lightning 2.5 hours north, the last 2.5 hours to my house, and then Ray and I are finally going to get to hang out and drink some cold snacks when we get there. So I know Ray. We'll give a little brief history on Ray. Ray is one of the car guys, or the co-bros as we call each other. Ray and I met on the internet, as all good friends do, back in 2009
Yeah,
or
it's
so.
like the LT1 days.
Yeah, we both had, and I'll put up pictures of them right now. Ray had a white
Yeah, it was a white 96
LT1 96 Trans Am, non-WS6, right?
It had a WS6 hood and stuff, but
That's
it was not
right.
WS6.
And I had, at the time, I think my black 97 Trans Am WS6, which had like a built motor, roll cage, like nitrous hanging on the roll cage. I was 19 years old, no idea what I was doing, but yeah. So Ray, it was on I think it was SVT Performance or LS1 Tech. I don't remember.
I think it was SVTP.
All the guys who knew what the forums were back in the day. Ray and I realized we live kind of close as far as the United States is concerned. Massachusetts to Connecticut. We're like had similar interests. Long story short, Ray and I both ended up with torch red Terminator Cobras. Ray's was an 03.
04.
04. Ours were both 04s.
Oh yeah, they were both 04s.
He put a 10th anniversary interior in his, but his car was dumb clean. We went to Mustang Week together. We did all sorts of stuff together, and neither of us had our Cobras anymore, but we've remained good friends since then. And we get together all the time, do what we call Cobra Weekend, where all the guys who used to have Mustangs, or still do, come up and hang out for a weekend. We did one once where my driveway was getting paved the next week, so everyone brought their cars and just did burnouts in my driveway. And I'll put up some footage of that. It was sick.
I remember when we became friends on Facebook or whatever with the Trans Ams, and then we kind of just fell off. It was like a quick little hey, what's up? And then one day I'm on Facebook and I'm like, who the hell is Chris Sullivan? Because you posted a picture of the torch red Cobra in California when you bought it.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, who the hell is this kid? And I clicked on your thing and I'm going through the pictures. And I was like, oh yeah, that kid with the black WS6 back in the day.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did kind of not talk for a while, and then once we had the Mustangs, though, it was like
in college, because you were at Northeast.
Oh yeah, you were, what was it, Wentworth?
Manual.
Manual, that's right, yeah. So Ray and I have remained close for the better part of, 10, 15 years at this point.
Yeah.
And but he is 2.5 hours away, and we're adults, so we get busy. We don't get to hang out as much as we used to. So all I had to do was bring him a broken Ford Lightning, and that's all it took. No big deal. So
it's also tradition that when you and Maggie drive through Connecticut, we always stop for food or just you call me when you drive through. And
there's
a reason.
Another quick side story. I think I said this in the video where I purchased the blue Cobra. And I went and looked at it the first time and decided this thing is way too much of a piece of junk. I don't want it. I drove all the way back home with an empty trailer. I stopped by Ray's and we got lunch. So that was in like August.
Yeah.
And, drove home with an empty trailer. And then me being the smart guy that I am, went back 2 months later and bought it anyways. And I'm still working on it. I should have listened to you. You were like, dude, that thing sounds like a bone. You shouldn't buy that. I should have listened to you. All right, well, that's the story of Ray. We're in the 8.1 or GMC Sierra right now in the lap of luxury. So Ray is driving me home. This is great. I've been driving for the last 1,200 miles with the Bassani exhaust screaming in my ear at 2,500 RPM as it downshifts. But this is much quieter. We don't have to scream to talk to each other. So Ray's going to get us home. We're going to drink some beers, get some dinner, and then we'll check in on the Lightning in the morning. But I think, knock on wood, as of right now, we're going to make it. So huge shout out to Ray. We'll see you guys up there. Come up. That is a good-looking lineup of Fords right there, if I do say so myself. Guess which of these two gets the worst fuel economy? It's not the one you think. Yep, it's this one. Well, guys, 2 days, 1,500 miles later, the SVT Ford Lightning is back in beautiful gray New Hampshire. I already missed the sunshine of Florida, but we made it back. 1,350 of those miles was under its own power. The truck did absolutely awesome, basically until 5 seconds after I said something to you guys, at which point it started misfiring. You could feel it losing a cylinder. It'd go 8 cylinders, 7 cylinders, 8 cylinders, 7 cylinders, and then on the way to Ray's house, it corrected itself and was running on all 8, but as I described, I decided just not to risk it. Good to spend some time with my buddy Ray. He cruised up, we got some dinner, spent the night and got some breakfast this morning, and he's already on his way home. Ray, I know you're watching this. Thank you so much again. You really saved the day, so huge shout out to Ray. But we're back in New Hampshire now, and yeah, I wanted to show you guys a couple things. I got the seats forward right now because I wanted to show you some stuff that I found that also might give us a hint as to what's wrong. Because we were losing a cylinder and gaining it back and losing a cylinder, we know it's not a mechanical problem. It's most likely a coil or a plug, possibly a fuel injector, but not likely. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad right now. Also, the Blue Cobra is on a trailer. That'll be coming up in a future video that you guys I will see, I think after this. But basically, this truck has not been driven more than, I think, like 500 miles in probably the last 3 to 4 years. And I basically started it up, put it on the highway at 80 miles an hour and 2,500 RPM and just 2 days straight. So my guess is a coil or something finally had enough. I got on the Merritt Parkway, was getting cocky that I had made it this far without beating on the truck. That's another thing, is I didn't beat on the truck at all because the last thing I wanted to do was break it far from home. So I started getting close to home. The truck had been doing great. I started to kind of beat on it, pass cars a little bit, get into boost, and I think maybe a coil pack or something was like, nope, I'm out. But what's leading me to think that might be a possibility is right behind the seat. So I don't think I showed this in the first video. Get these keys out so we don't have to listen to beeping. But behind the seat here is these factory trays. Not only is there this piece of aluminum bar, I don't know what this is. other than nice aluminum, but if anyone knows, let me know. Got an OG disgusting California car duster that's probably gonna go right in the garbage. And then there's some other stuff, a PCV valve, a couple rags. But this is what interests me. It's 2 coil packs. One of them is the Accel brand, which me personally, I would probably never run these. This one's a completely different shape. I don't even know if it's for this truck, and it's Weapon X. So there's 2 coils in the back of the truck. Possible indicator that there was issues in the past. I'm just thankful that not only did we break relatively close to home, but also that, you know, I was near my buddy Ray. So as always, could have been worse. Under the hood, the coils are kind of hard to see. I see one right there. It looks black, so that's not an Accel one. The other ones, yeah, the other ones, as far as I can see, are black, but they're really hard to see on this. These motors are really tucked back there, which is another reason I didn't really want to dive into this on the side of the road. But yeah, coils are going to be the first place I can check. Second thing is going to be, like, what the hell is this? The expanding home, you know, insulation foam that someone used to seal up the throttle body. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some vacuum leaks on this thing. I'm basically got to do my due diligence to make sure all that's taken care of. But a truck like this that had a ton of money in it but hasn't really been driven that much in the past 5 years, probably makes sense to do a brand new set of plugs and a brand new set of OEM Ford Motorcraft coils. Hopefully I don't jinx myself here like on the Mercedes, if you guys follow that content, but 95% chance that takes care of our issue, and then we can get on to the fun stuff, which is cosmetics. This truck doesn't need anything major, but if you guys know me, you know that I got my eye on some little stuff that could really, really improve this truck. One thing is wheels and tires. These are the factory 18s, but they do make a set of 20-inch wheels that are in the factory style, and that's something to consider, which is why I was really hoping these tires would make it to 1,500 miles, because I did not want to have to buy tires for wheels that I'm likely not going to keep for the truck, but they made it, and we made it here to New Hampshire safe. Right now, though, since I'm close to home and I'm willing to take the risk because I'm an idiot, I'm gonna hop in the Lightning though and run a couple errands around town, and I don't know, we'll see if we can get this misfire to come back. I doubt it. It went away yesterday, but if it does, we're close enough to limp it home, and should be good. But yeah, let's hop in this thing and go for a ride. Sounds good right now. Here's another thing we got to take care of immediately. This DynoJet wideband is like 15 years old, and it just basically does whatever it wants. And most of me doesn't trust it. It, like, when you're driving, it's pretty rock solid at like 15.7, which is off by, you know, 1 point for a stoic, and basically just does this at idle. So yeah, and then does weird stuff like that. So who knows? Maybe the fueling is off and we can take a look at that, but I think let's start with a more modern digital wideband here. All the other gauges seem to work fine. Also, does anyone know if you can replace just the needle on these Autometer gauges? This one's a little older and faded, doesn't perfectly match the orange, so I'm gonna look into replacing that as well. Yeah, truck is driving perfectly, it seems, right now. Still, like I said, probably makes sense to do an OEM set of coils and plugs on a truck of unknown maintenance history at this point. Maybe she just needs the Italian tune-up. Let's give her a little half throttle pull here. Oh man. Brakes are fantastic too for a big truck. All right, so I was looking at the boost gauge. I think that was anywhere between 12 and 15-ish pounds of boost, but that was all 8 for sure. Torque converter wasn't locked or anything, and that was only probably half to 3/4 throttle, so nothing crazy, but truck felt strong. It's idling beautifully, so I think it's pretty safe to say there was a plug or a coil that wasn't happy, but we'll dive into that later. For now, I don't know, let's try and do a burnout. Why not, right? That is the reason you buy a Ford Lightning right there. Big old skids. Love it. Well, the latest project for the channel, my 2002 SVT F-150 Lightning, is home. Appears to be running well, passes the burnout test, and I could not be happier. I cannot wait to dive into this thing. I think we're probably going to start with some of the maintenance items I talked about, but you know I'm not going to be able to resist ordering some aftermarket stuff as well. But yeah, going to park this thing right next to the Cobra. Actually got some work to do on the Cobra right now, so I think I'll be putting one of those videos out here shortly, but there is plenty to do around here. I got my hands full with all the vehicles I got, so that means tons of content coming for you guys. Let me know what you want to see out of this Lightning. If you got any tips for me as far as what you've seen so far, love to hear them in the comments. One thing I definitely think I want to tackle sooner than later is the exhaust. Right now I believe it is Bassani long tubes right into the Bassani muffler, and then that's it. And it sounds good, it really does, but that was 24 hours of hell as far as drone. My ears are ringing today, and we gotta do something about that drone. So if you guys have any muffler suggestions that will still let this motor breathe and we can hear the cams and the lope at idle, and also we gotta fix this exhaust tip anyways. But yeah, let me know if you have any muffler suggestions. I was thinking Corsa maybe. I've always liked the sound of Corsa, and I think they're known for not having a lot of drone. But yeah, we gotta fix this exhaust tip anyways. I'm thinking we'll do some, custom exhaust tips slash cut here to follow the line here. But while we're in there, let's see if we can't get this thing to drone a little bit less, make it a little more bearable inside the cab. Maybe there's some sound editing we can do as well. Thank you guys as always for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We'll catch you in the next one.